Hello and welcome to Las Blancas Podcast.
Welcome back to another episode of Las Blancas Podcast. In this new series where we discuss Madridistas in action at the Euros. Today we will be talking about two games, the final two quarterfinals, where Spain beat Switzerland 2-0, and we had an exciting affair between France and Germany that ended level and was decided on penalties. Germany went through on penalties to the semis, uh, despite being a player down for almost 80 almost 80 minutes the entire game,
Yeah.
and then survived the added extra time as well, and some amazing penalty, much better than what we saw in the Sweden and England penalty shootout. I think this one was a lot better. So let's begin by talking about the a game where almost everyone knew the result of Spain versus Switzerland. Uh, Two goals from Spain, one from Claudia Pina, one from Athenea. Pretty straightforward win. They basically dominated the proceedings for a large period. I think Switzerland did well for 60 minutes or so, like defending, trying to defend with numbers. They had Leah Walti starting at center back, pushing into midfield. They were defending with five. They also pushed forwards Iman Bene, and Bene and Schertenleib both were starting up top and trying to make runs in behind that Spanish line. So they had two runners and they tried to do things. I think it was a novel approach. Wouldn't like we spoke about this in our review as well, of the group stages, that maybe this is coming a little too early for Switzerland. They are a young side as well, and I think they did okay. But yeah, I mean, Spain again, too good to uh to be dealt with at this point. So yeah, Kanita, what did you make of the two goals? Like, Claudia Pina, once again, a great strike. I think like she has a great
Yeah.
catalog of goals on her. Amazing player, like scores from wherever she wants. And then Athenea once again coming up with a crucial goal. So what did you make of the two goals that Spain scored?
Oh yeah, I think this was like Atenea's first touch or something in the game, and yeah, she scored. It was an interesting action there too. Like in the end, it was like a backheel assist by Aitana. In that trying to get through like Switzerland's defense, it was so beautiful. Like how they combined, and then finally Aitana gave it to Athenea, and she just was there and ran it in and shot amazing. Like after a few minutes after, like that penalty that um the second penalty that Spain won in the game. That was like a very dangerous start in Athenea. I was really glad that nothing, came from that. She looked fine after it, but it looked really bad at challenge, which then Alexia took and missed before that. Ariana took. I don't know what's up with penalties in this tournament, missing them. Well, yeah, I just annoying penalties. And I just saw a tweet today saying maybe the Euros is the penalties we missed along. But yeah, and yeah, the second goal, yeah, like you said, another one in the catalog of Gina's golazos. I know that the commentator of my national television said, "Oh my God!" Like he was so amazed. Usually, my country doesn't really broadcast women's football that much, but this is the first like major tournament we're broadcasting, and he's like so shocked and was like, "Yeah, like that's pretty normal, my dude." That's Claudia Pina. I don't know what to tell you, but yeah, I mean, it was a long time coming for Spain in that game as well. As you said, Switzerland did do a good job for a bit, but yeah, I just want to add that the atmosphere was amazing. Like fans didn't stop chanting the entire game. Like you could see them chanting throughout the entire 90 minutes. It was so beautiful to watch and listen. And yeah, man, like Switzerland, great campaign this year. And even this game was, pretty solid for them for what everyone expected of it.
Yeah, and Spain like sort of gave them a guard of honor as well
Yeah,
towards the.
yeah.
So that was a nice touch. They are the home side. They haven't been like the best performers on the international stage in the past, but to be able to make it to the knockout rounds of a home tournament is always special. And for some of these players, this might be their last international tournament. Maybe we don't get to see much of Ana Maria Černogočević after this. So it's always nice to see uh, fans getting behind the team. Nice to see teams recognizing that as well. So yeah, very nice touch from Spain at that. Uh, about penalties, yeah, bro. Like something is up with the penalties this tournament. That Spain game had two penalties, both missed. Today's game as well, France and Germany once again had two penalties. One was scored, the other was missed. Nobody wants to score penalties apparently, which was like the easiest sort of avenue to score. Now nobody wants to score a penalty. What is going on? I don't know. But yeah, let's talk about the France and Germany game.
Yeah.
Well, it looked like it was going to be a good battle. Two sides, really talented attacking line, a lot of goals in their attacking line. And then in the 13th minute, I think,
Yes.
13th minute, Hendrich, probably the most experienced player in the squad, just did something really stupid. And like I posted something and people are arguing about whether it was a red card or not. Like we don't know, but it definitely seemed deliberate to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know, like.
listen, it's a direct red card, even though if it wasn't deliberate. I know that in the Basque Derby last season, Ogisa accidentally pulled here Real Sociedad player. Like her fingers got entangled and it was a red card. Like even Liga F doesn't have VAR and stuff. So it was, there is a red card, intentional or not, and it did look intentional as well. But whatever, it is a red card.
Yeah, I mean, to me as well, it was very clear. It was funny to me that she was arguing against it,
Yeah.
trying to understand. I was like, what? That's a clear red card. But yeah, I mean, it after that point, France get the go-ahead goal. They get the penalty. It's France 1, Germany nil, and then you think, okay, now with 10 players, and Linder as well was picked up an early injury in the
Mm.
game, so it felt like, okay, this game is done. France are easily winning this. But then they brought on Kleinherner to play right back. And boy, oh boy, did they put a defensive performance. They moved to a 4-4-1 formation. And Jule Brand, honestly, like this was one of the
Mm.
best defensive performances we have seen. Like a very, very mature. I think she barely made like 10 passes. She barely got to touch the ball in attacking areas, but defensively, oh my god, she was out there helping out. She was making that defensive effort at all times. Amazing, amazing performance from Jule Brandt and Clara Boole as well on the other side.
Mm.
Also, really enjoyed Francisca Kett's performance, who was starting in what her eighth appearance, maybe for the national team. Really brilliant, brilliant performance from her, despite coming up against players like Cascarino, who is a very tricky player to come up against because she is very good at dribbling the ball. She is very good at carrying the ball, and France just basically could not capitalize on the player advantage. Like they did not create numerical superiority ever. They were trying to you know uh, play through central channels, which was difficult because Germany were defending that 4-4 block was very, very compact in the center. They wanted France to go wide, and as soon as they did go wide, they would double down on the winger receiving the ball or the wide player receiving the ball, and then they would win it back. I don't know what the French were trying. Like they could have easily created, +1 situation in the wide areas, just overload one side and then try to switch, but they did not. Uh, Very weird performance from France, and honestly, like I think credit to Ann-Katrin Berger, like
Mm.
insane performance. 9 saves, I think she made in the game. One of them absolutely brilliant. That ball looping over her head off of her own player. Just a game defining performance. Pulled off a save of the tournament. Almost saved the penalty as well, by the way, which France scored. And then went on to, the fifth penalty once again was taken by a goalkeeper here for Germany,
Yeah.
and she scored. She saved penalties as well. Just a brilliant performance from Ann-Katrin Berger. I think like she basically is the reason Germany remained in the game, and sort of were able to win it. But yeah, what did you make of it, Kanita? Like the defensive performance from Brandt and Boule, and how France, sort of played despite being a player up.
I like that's defensive masterclass by Brand. I didn't expect that. I mean, she, as you said, like she barely touched the ball in the attack, but wow, like she did so much at the back. And I even like after the game, I checked the heat map, and you can just see red
Yeah,
at the back and almost nothing in the front. And yeah, makes sense, makes sense. But yeah, that was crazy, honestly. Like she was even subbed off before the penalties, and like, oh yeah, you're not getting near that goal enough. You defended the entire game. The other goal is uh it's like not there for you anymore. But yeah, it's crazy, honestly. But I think um I think it's good that this penalty shootout happened because it brought up the stat a bit. Uh, mixed that squad penalties because oh my god, like even like during the game, Germany had a penalty. They they missed
yeah,
it. And also France had two annulled goals for offside. That game has so much so much drama, and so some of the drama is Berger's saves, right? And oh my god, like in the like only in the extra time, I think like she has two insane ones. Like when it was all France doing, even though Germany had like only one sub like in the 90 minutes, and was Kleinheimer. And the second sub happened like, I don't know, first like 5 minutes of the extra time. And then, the rest of the subs happened right before penalties. And that's it. Like, it was insane what Germany put up, like, with so little substitutions. And, obviously, it was working. So maybe it was better to not touch it. Probably. But oh my god, like that's kudos to them, honestly. Hats off. And out of 14 penalties, in the shootout, obviously, only three were missed. So
yeah,
wow, like crazy.
yeah. I mean, honestly, like this was a much better penalty shootout
Yeah.
than the England and Sweden one. Once again, though, like a very young player had to be on the receiving end of it. Like Alice
Mm,
Sombath was the guilty party here to sort of miss the penalty, the decisive one, which is not always nice. It can affect young players a lot, but I'm sure like she'll bounce back. But yeah, I mean, I personally feel like the French, they could have used their subs a little better. They could have been a little more proactive. They could have attacked a little better. I did not understand what they were trying to do. I don't know, like if Toletti was not particularly fully fit. Uh, but yeah, would have loved to see her. And then let's talk about the Madridistas in this game. Lakrar finally started, and apparently she was suffering from something that kept her out of the previous two games.
yeah.
So it makes sense now. So she started. I think she did a good game. Once again, like Germany did not attack, did not have the ball much, to be honest, to sort of for her to challenge. But whenever they did in the early phases of the game, I think like she was doing really well to cover that. Then we had Sara Däbritz, who came on towards the end along with Dalman to just set themselves up for the penalties, and Däbritz missed the penalty that took it to sudden death. And honestly, like as soon as she stepped up, I just had a very bad feeling that she is going to miss,
Mm-hmm.
and she did. Like I don't
Yeah.
know what it was, but well, she's going to fit right in at Madrid, I guess. Like we are bonded by trauma of the penalties, so I think she's going to fit right in. There was also a very funny incident when Amel Majri took the first penalty. I have no idea what she was doing. The run up was so weird, but yeah, yeah, like it was so funny. What did you make of that? Like the penalty shootout as a whole and our Madridistas in this game, Kanita?
Yeah, but I feel bad for bringing this up, but like one of those annulled goals was for offside,
Oh,
and
Lakrar.
Lakrar was in yeah, she was interrupting the play there, like she was in it, so yeah, it got annulled. Fair enough, yeah. But in the penalty shootout, you can also see her like facing the other way. There was even the close up, like, oh my god, she was so stressed. Like she's all of us
Yeah.
doing penalties usually. But yeah, I don't know what the like I I saw Majri like go way on the right, like such a weird angle, and I was like, oh no, she's gonna do some theatrics. She's definitely gonna miss, and then she missed, and I go, oh my god, oh no, this has all over like Magda Eriksson all over again. And I was like thinking, even before she set up the ball, I was like, I feel like she'll do a Magda. I don't know why. Like someone that is expected to score, should score, didn't score, and she didn't. I don't know. It's just that feeling. And about Däbritz. She came on like 119th minute or something like that, I don't know. And she had like two mishaps on the pitch, and I was like, oh
Yeah.
no, I'm not feeling the penalty from her, honestly. Like.
Yeah.
And yeah, she missed the penalty. So yeah, I mean, sometimes it happens when you bring on a player just for the penalty shootout,
Yeah.
obviously. And yeah, I don't know. All in all, not really a stellar match for our Madridistas, but yeah, yeah. What can you do?
Yeah. Involved in all sorts of wrong things.
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess like that is about it. Now we have our semifinals, which begin on 22nd. We in the first semifinal we have England versus Italy, which is going to be fun. And then we have Germany versus Spain. So
Also
let's
fun,
see if it. Huh?
which will also be fun.
Yeah, which will also be fun, of course. Let's see if we get a rematch of last edition's final this year, or if it's an entirely we get a new winner, sort of, which will be fun as well. So let's see. Let us know who you're rooting for in the semifinals, in both the semifinals, and yeah, we will be back breaking those games down for you guys. And yeah, thank you for listening to us. And until next time, Ala Madrid.
I'm a date.